We talk.
Is it here? I need it. I need that banner.
Favorite banner. Oh, there it is. It doesn't distract you at all. Hey, welcome America to the Eric and Rodney Show. It's presented by, my coffee, the Eric and Rodney Show. Have you ever watched this show and you think to yourself, you say, listen, I would be amazing on the Eric and Rodney Show? Well, you should come on. All you have to do is go to the ericandrodneyshow.com, fill out a little application. Then you're on here. You're like, holy shit, I was so good on that show. I should be on a lot of shows. We can book you on 1 million shows. 1 million shows. That number sounds too high. Why are there 1 million podcasts? I don't know, but we can get you on every single one of them. And then you're like, oh my God, I was so good on that show. I was so good on the other shows. I need my own show. We can edit it, produce it, the other things, post it, whatever you want. All you have to do is show up and be pretty. You can get all that information. You're never going to believe this at the ericandrodneyshow.com. Whoa, were you expecting a guest today? So were we. I don't know if you know this, but showing up to things that you schedule yourself of your own volition, knowing the time and date, very difficult for professionals these days. Very hard, guys.
But we know, you and I spoke earlier about what could be the issue here. He might not have known he had children to take to school.
Yes, today's guest had to drop off his children. It could have been unbeknownst to him that he had children, just found out. Turns out these kids need an education and he needs to get them there. So he couldn't possibly.
He found out yesterday. Yesterday evening.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, Andrew, no one can go on MySpace is too. Oh my God, that's MySpace.
Doesn't Justin? Okay. Didn't you say Justin Timberlake? I almost said Jason Timberlake, but Justin Timberlake owns.
Yes, Justin Timberlake owns MySpace. I can't get you on MySpace. Any other social platform, X, OnlyFans, Craigslist, no problem. MySpace.
Is Craigslist still around?
Yeah, it's still around.
So, right?
You just can't get girlfriends anymore because somebody killed someone one time, and now you can't date anybody on Craigslist. Bullshit.
That's interesting.
Anyway,
because I used to sell a lot of stuff on Craigslist. Like when I was moving, I'd be like, you know what I did one time? I was trying to get rid of some stuff, and I was like, you know what? Just come by. It's yours.
Yeah.
And people, I'm telling you, people came out of the woodwork. The guy showed up with a U-Haul.
Well, you were selling a lot of stuff.
No. I'm just saying in general. Like I was like, this stuff is free. I'm moving. It's going to end up in the street or a good home. And people came out of the woodwork.
That's where they come.
Could you bid on stuff on Craigslist? No. I'm kind of unaware because it's not like eBay, right? What is Craigslist really for? It's just like a bunch of random ads.
It's a bunch of random ads for everything.
Yeah,
for
terrible.
Roommates, for apartments, for anything. But it still looks like 1992. Go to Craigslist. They haven't changed. Yeah. They haven't updated one goddamn thing. Not the color scheme, not the layout. Andrew's going to be on tomorrow, by the way. This Andrew, he's going to be. Something tells me he's going to show up. He's a loyal viewer.
I feel like he's going to show up. Or you know what would really be funny is what if he shows up every day to talk to us and then he doesn't show up on the day off.
Andrew,
that would be fitting.
I could get you on Ask Jeeves. Do you remember Ask Jeeves? Jeeves.
Are they still around? Is Jeeves still around? I heard that. You know what I had heard? I heard that Jeeves actually got a job at Google. Is that?
Jeeves. I think
because for a while, here's the thing. For a while, I don't know if you heard or not. It was rumored that him and you remember Benson.
Benson, yes.
Him and Benson, the butler, yeah, remember the lady, the overseer or the teacher from Facts of Life? Was it Miss B?
Yeah. Peter Griffin from Family Guy loves her.
What's her name? Her. I can't think of her name. I think it was Miss B. And the principal, teacher / only adult in Saved by the Bell. We're going to start something. But
what about Mrs. Doubtfire? I like.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too.
British butlers are endlessly hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know what National Day it is? Do you want to keep
National British Butler Day?
No, God damn it, it's not.
Oh my God!
It's National French Toast Day, though. I love French toast. I fucking love it. I love bread pudding because it tastes like French toast.
Do you like bread? Are you a fan of carbs?
I don't like bread independent. Bread is a vehicle. Okay. Bread is a vehicle for butter, or bread is a vehicle for like oil and vinegar at a nice Italian restaurant. Bread as a vehicle for an egg batter and then syrup and butter. Absolutely. But bread, I'm not one of these guys, people that just eat a baguette. I never do that.
I have a friend, Kyle, who literally just eats pieces of bread.
My wife eats pieces of bread. It's fucking straight. Bread has no, it's a great plate.
He loves Killer Dave bread. You ever had the Killer Dave bread?
I have. I brought Killer Dave's everything bagels.
So Killer Dave used to be in jail.
I know, he killed somebody.
Yeah.
Thank God for second chances because his bagels are fucking delightful.
Killer Dave bread.
So good. Robin, you like just eating plain bread?
Oh, plain. I thought like bread with at least a spread on it. No, that's
he's not even listening.
Okay.
We're without a guest. We're without a guest and a moderator.
Robin's checked out.
Wait, do you guys actually know how to make a French toast?
He's calling it in.
I don't make a lot of French.
Yeah, you just take toast and put it in egg batter and then fry it. It's pretty easy. I mean, there's no science to it. Yeah, there's no.
Can I tell you my issue though with fucking French toast? This is what white people do. See these berries? I don't like. Stop adding berries. I don't understand listen. I love fruit. Can't get enough fruit. It doesn't belong on this. Why? Tell me how a strawberry and a blueberry and a raspberry go along with this this texture of flavor. I don't think
it's health signaling.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, I think you're right.
Like throw that stuff in the trash. That's exactly right. This is what we need here.
This is all you
berries. Need. Yeah, you know what? Leave the berries for the birds, right? And the animals. We're here for the real stuff. We need a couple pieces of bacon between there.
Bacon goes with this. Berries doesn't go with this. I think.
No, not at all. Get out of here.
Now my other issue with French toast is that I don't like ordering it. I fucking love it, but if you go out to breakfast and you order French toast, you only get French toast. Whereas everything else, you get a million other things. You get hash browns, you get eggs, you get toast, you get some fucking bacon. They only serve French toast by itself, and that bothers me. So this is the move. You got to get a French toast appetizer. You have to go out to breakfast with a bunch of people. Then you can justify and order a French toast. You all get a little, and then you also get the thing you were going to get anyway.
That's a good idea.
Robin, tell me about breakfast in the Philippines. Can I go get a nice stack of French toast over there?
No, unfortunately not. We're not. Filipinos aren't really a big fan of bread, man. We usually just eat rice. Typical Filipino breakfast will be like rice, some sausages, and eggs.
So let me make sure I understand this correctly. You guys forego the bread because of the carbs and to replace it with rice.
Pretty much.
I'm no dietitian, but I think rice is worse than bread. It's right up there. It's right up there, guys.
I don't know. Asians are pretty thin. Here's the thing, though. Don't you eat rice at the other two meals? Can't you give rice a break for 5 fucking seconds? Do you have to eat it at every port?
Yeah, let rice have a chance.
We love rice.
Absolutely you never get sick of rice?
Do you know that song, Give Rice a Chance?
It's a classic. Elton John, isn't it? You don't think it's too much rice? You have to have rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At no point do you go, Jesus Christ, all right? Just some French toast, some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, anything.
You guys ever thought
about I don't mind the bread and I don't mind the rice and pasta. I don't mind the bread and pasta, but for most Filipinos, they really stick to rice 3 times a day. It's weird.
For breakfast rice, do you put syrup on it? Syrup and butter? What do you put in it?
Is it milk? Is it milk or syrup?
Syrup. I don't know.
We don't like sweet stuff for some reason for like our big meals.
I will say that a big criticism of American breakfast is that we do eat dessert for breakfast, which is conceptually bizarre.
Yeah. So let me make sure I understand this correctly. So if I was in the Philippines, I couldn't get a good yogurt. I'd have to get me a bowl of rice.
A bowl of rice.
Yeah, that's another. We don't have like real yogurt in the Philippines as well.
You don't have
like
any.
What is it? Is it Go-Gurt?
You guys have Go-Gurts? Have you ever had a Go-Gurt?
You guys know what Nestle is, right?
We do.
Yeah, so we only have Nestle yogurt. That's the only thing you could get here.
When I was in high school, I was at this girl's house one day, and her little brother had, I guess he had those Go-Gurts or whatever they are.
Yeah, Go-Gurts.
And I was starving, and I was like, I'm going to die. I had to go do something. And she was like, here, you can have a Go-Gurt. And I had like 3 of them, and I was like, I keep looking for something. I'd like grab a Lunchable or something. I must have had like 8 of those things. They were incredible. I was just like,
Go-Gurts are good. You know what my wife does? She freezes the Go-Gurts and then she puts them in my son's lunchbox because then by the time lunch rolls around, yogurt's still cold, but it's not frozen anymore. Huh?
Oh yeah, that's smart. That's really smart.
We're on a whole nother yogurt level, Robin.
Yeah,
no idea.
That's good. Wow, I didn't think of that.
I know. It's genius. So with the rice in the morning, do you have to wake up and cook the rice, or is it cold rice that you're warming up at a microwave?
Oh, no. Usually Asians are very specific also with always having fresh rice. It's something about, I've heard if you leave rice more than 24 hours, it can create bacteria very quickly.
You've heard. So you've never even seen rice that hasn't been consumed within 24 hours.
Yeah, no, not really. We don't save the rice. We like it fresh.
Okay, so you make a nice bowl. So is it a rice cooker? Or are you doing stovetop?
Rice cooker, almost always rice cooker.
Do you have a rice cooker by the bed?
Like Michael Scott with his
yeah.
A lot of us do. Not me. I'm not that Asian yet.
Eric, it's like the alarm goes off, right? And you're like, instead of turning off the alarm clock, they're like, 15 more, the rice will be ready.
Okay, so I don't want to belabor the point, but you make a nice bowl of rice, and what are you putting on top of it for breakfast?
Most of the time, like bacon or Spam. We're really big fans of Spam here. Yeah.
So you're almost there. You're halfway there.
Is this raw Spam, or are you frying it up?
Oh my god!
Right. We like U.S. military food for some reason.
No.
You just brought it over one day. We fell in love with it, and it's just been Filipino breakfast.
Is that now? Here's a question: is that why we are not overflowing with Filipino cuisine in the U.S. because it's literally dorm food?
Rice and Spam?
Yeah. That sounds like some stuff we would be making in the old dorm rooms.
Not that we eat this every day, Robin, but objectively speaking, don't you think that this looks better than a bowl of fucking Spam and rice?
Yeah, it does. But like, you don't wake up every day and be like, oh, I feel like I can make a French toast. It takes time.
No, I know.
I don't wake up every day and be like, I can wait 30 minutes for the rice to get right. Or however long it takes. If I got to be like Uncle Ben's 15-second in the microwave and we're out.
Yeah, you got to microwave a
oh my gosh!
I leave the 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What about
Andrew had rice with squid balls? Classic.
Is that a delicatessen? Is that something?
Help me out with what's a squid ball? I'm using deductive reasoning.
A ball of squids.
Okay.
I would think it is, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it's not really squid.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you're saying it might not be squid, it could be a ladyboy.
I don't know. Could be.
I want to.
Is that what you heard, Eric?
It's a ladyboy ball. A ladyboy and a nice bowl of rice. The Filipino breakfast of champions.
Yeah, cool.
We have Wheaties over here, but you guys have ladyboy breakfasts. It's also National Giving Day, or Giving Tuesday.
Is that giving your opinion? What kind of giving is happening here? What kind of giving are we doing?
It's outrageous. So on Cyber Monday, what did we spend? $11 billion in 2022. So obviously we probably spent more this year. Then we're supposed to give to charity today. It seems like an awful day to ask for money after we just spent fucking Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and now we have to give to charity. In 2018, $400 million were donated on Giving Tuesday. None of those dollars were my dollars. I'm not giving anybody.
If I could offer a suggestion. Maybe you make Giving Sunday,
right? Lord's
the day before everyone.
Oh, right in the middle.
Goes bankrupt. You know what I mean? No, you say, you know what? Let's not wait till Tuesday to start giving.
Something tells me corporations aren't going to like that idea. They want to get your money first.
Well, it's Small Business Saturday, right? The day before Cyber Monday.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Then you could be donate to the Eric and Rodney Show with Robin Fund.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep. And then but Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday.
And then Cyber Monday, and then whatever I don't care about the rest of the week. Go crazy.
Hear me out. If charities were so good, I mean, in the history of mankind, what do you think? We've donated trillions to charities, right? There's still all these problems. I don't think it's working.
I know I've donated trillions personally. Yes.
Yeah.
But
of your personal.
I can't speak for it. Yeah.
I'm still hung up on squid balls. Are you not? You can't share any information on squid balls. What does a squid ball taste like other than squid? Soy sauce? Like what? What else is in there?
It tastes like squid, but like you've probably had crab sticks, right? There's crab and crab sticks. It's
and like no squid and squid ball.
Like that. That I'm not sure.
You're not going to believe this. There's no ham in the burgers. So the miracles abound, guys. Miracles abound.
All we do on the Eric and Rodney Show is teach people things. You do is learn on this program. All right, do you want to get to the news? Man, we killed 15 minutes.
If you ain't learning, you's dying.
That's right. That's right. Russ don't sleep.
Oh, it came to my mind. We do have one sweet breakfast in the Philippines. It's called champurrado. What it is it's a chocolate rice. It's rice again, but they put chocolate.
Of course, it's fucking rice.
It's delightful.
Oh my God, chocolate rice.
but I swear to God, it's delightful.
Are there any cooking schools in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking that basically is the requirements, Eric. Instead of having knives and a cutting kit is a can opener and a microwave,
a rice cooker. You need a
rice cooker and some and a can opener. Come on in.
Bare minimum essentials.
Okay. Once again, I don't want to. So
like we have no ovens, only microwaves.
Baking isn't a thing in the Philippines. Not really.
You know what you could say, right? Because here's your mantra: we're so good for the environment, we only use electricity.
Not bad.
We only use microwaves. You know how you go in Chipotle and they're like, "There's no freezers in here."
Yeah.
All we have, we don't even have freezers. All we have are shelves for cans,
can openers, and microwaves.
That's right.
What kind of chocolate is on the rice? Do you know? Is it like a chocolate goo? Like a Hershey's chocolate syrup?
No, kind of, but not really. They like traditionally it's cacao powder with a lot of sugar and evaporated milk.
Oh God, so Asians love evaporated milk.
We do. Yeah,
I know.
Is that a thing in Korea?
That sounds disgusting.
Evaporated milk?
No, evaporated milk is amazing, but ugh. On my rice, that's not. I don't like that kind of
stuff. Try it.
Try this. Why don't you try honey with rice?
Oh, honey with rice. That sounds nice. Do you have?
You can call it honey rice from RS.
Our gift for the Philippines, honey rice. All right, what's going on in Yemen? We'll get back to your goofy cuisine. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Before we start news, I just want to say that I think it's funny how our first news story or two are about very serious political stuff. Then it devolves into Fox News, witchcraft, and Satanism. Which
yay!
So again.
So we're talking about chocolate rice, so it's all uphill from here. I feel it can only get better, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this first story's headline.
Yeah, but I think Becky's playing games.
Yeah, but a chocolate rice that's puffed rice, but you're eating normal fucking rice.
It's different.
Right? Just like
normal boiled rice. Yeah,
with milk. Oh boy! All right, Yemen. Let's talk about Yemen.
Yemen. Yes.
Yeah, man. Get on with it.
Okay, so the headline was missiles fired from Yemen towards U.S. warship. That alone is super crazy because I think the closest thing you could do to signing a death wish is screwing with a U.S. Military vessel. Yeah. So I read the full story and it was very confusing, but I think I got the gist of it. Eric, feel free to butt in if I get anything wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so there was a U.S. commercial tanker carrying phosphorus or something.
Phosphoric acid.
It was attacked. Phosphoric acid. They were attacked by Somali pirates, and then they requested aid from anti-piracy government vessels. 3 were in the area, but they were Chinese warships, so they ignored the call for help. There was a U.S. warship that responded. They eventually got there. The pilots flee via skiff boat, and Yemen fires missiles towards the U.S. warship because they felt threatened.
That's the gist
kind of it, right?
Yeah. So we were hanging out. So I had to look at. I looked at a lot of this. Like I didn't know where the fuck Yemen was because I'm a dumb idiot, educated by the American school system. So Yemen is below Saudi Arabia. Evidently, they've had a civil war since 2014. The economy is on the brink of collapse. Whatever you do, don't Google the Yemenis crisis because you're going to see a lot of starving children. It's a fucking nightmare. Meanwhile, they have plenty of money for missiles, just like the United States has a never-ending supply of dollars for war. Anyway, so we're hanging out here. We have a commercial ship that's transferring phosphoric acid from God knows where to somewhere else. I looked what phosphoric acid is used for. Do you know? So it's used for chemical cleaning agents, fertilizers, detergents, and it's a main ingredient in Coca-Cola. It gives it that sort of tangy flavor. Yeah. So these guys, they hijack a commercial tanker that's carrying phosphoric acid, 5 of them. The tanker sends out a distress signal. One of the signals goes to the USS Mason, a guided missile destroyer. So you got these guys hijacking a boat, and this fucking thing shows up, which is America.
I guess that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. So this thing shows up. These guys flee. They eventually get them. And then Yemen fires 2 missiles in the general area. The general area, by the way, they missed by 10 nautical miles. A nautical mile is less long than an actual mile. It's about 11 miles or a little over 1 mile. So I'm not sure. Like, if you're off by 10 miles, did you really try to hit anything? Do you think, are they just tying two separate events together?
Maybe the sights are off. I have a question on that picture of the pirates.
You want to go back to the pirates?
Yeah. Was that guy with the machine gun on the left? Wasn't he in Captain Phillips?
I think this is the Captain Phillips.
That's him.
I just looked up Somali pirates. Okay, so super concentrated Coke has to be in steel drums because it has phosphoric acid. We can't find anything else that's going to give Coke that little bit of tang besides fucking a cleaning agent. Isn't that a big part of the story?
What about Pepsi? What have they been up to?
I don't know, but it says
when you said that there was a fuss, I said, you know what? They're bringing that over here to add to our food real quick.
They are.
They're going to add that to the fries.
They do add that it's vegetarian, so you don't have to worry about.
Okay,
there's no meat.
Maybe that's going to the vegan leather maker. We know. I went into a store one time, and the guy was like, "Well, this is vegan leather." I said, "So it's fake." Yeah. No, it's vegan leather. I said, "Right, but you and I know, right? Where did it come from? The vegetables?
Yeah,
just the skin of the vegetables?
No, it's vegan. It's vegan." I like to look at where this is. This is right above Somalia. Saudi Arabia is right there. And we just have many of these things just fucking hanging out. They're anti-piracy. I would suggest that, yes, this, if it's these guys versus these guys, I think we're going to win, but this seems a bit much for piracy, considering these are the pirates. Don't you think?
I got to be honest. I'm not a pirate, but this seems like if these guys showed up and I was on a warship, I would be like, just drown them.
You're never going to believe this, but they immediately surrendered once this thing showed up. Crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? Speaking of food, though, yeah, a thing I like to do now when we talk about countries I'm not familiar with is look up the cuisine, as you know. Once again, I don't know what's happening in this picture, but it looks delightful. I'm in. What is this?
Is this Yemen cuisine?
This is Yemen cuisine.
This looks nice. Yeah.
This looks real good. I love little bowls of shit that I can't identify. It makes
that's hummus there, isn't it? Is that hummus? And I see a couple of rice dishes. Looks like some kimchi with a deviled egg on top, or a boiled egg. Looks like some rice in the back.
Yeah, that looks
some
like
more
okra.
Kimchi, a salad.
Right in front with some red goo on it.
Oh yeah, that is okra. Yeah. And then
it
looks like
there's. How do you guys feel about okra? It's very slimy.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's if you fry it, I like it.
Yeah, I like it fried. And then you see that dish there with the egg. Is that eggs? What's it called? Eggs in purgatory or something? The Italians make it.
Yeah. Oh, right? I love eggs in purgatory.
It's very good, right?
Eggs in purgatory, perfect for bread. It needs a little bit of something, but it needs fucking help.
If we went over there to the Philippines and introduced that, do you think the dictator would hire us immediately as helpers?
I would think so.
Probably. I've never heard of it. Eggs in purgatory?
That's exactly right.
Sounds. I thought you were making a joke.
Okay.
No. Eggs in purgatory is an actual dish. It's
it's delightful.
The recipe I use from Food Network magazine is you fry up some salami first, peppers, onions, caramelize them up a little bit, some fucking hot pepper, crushed red pepper, tomato sauce.
I'm not smart enough to make that, but if I was, I've enjoyed it multiple times. It's quite delightful.
Yeah, Robin. So you reduce all this stuff down for a little while, then you make little holes and you crack eggs on top, put the lid on, it sort of steams the egg. Then get some bread and serve that motherfucker up. It's real good.
It's
you
real.
Really know how to cook.
Oh yeah.
I cook every day, baby.
Oh, yeah, but
she can't boil water.
I thought, yeah. My impression of like Americans cooking is like very, store-bought stuff.
Oh, you know what? It's funny you mention that because we're gonna have a story about that very soon.
Well, here's my question, Eric. You said your wife can barely boil water. Now, what I'm hearing is that she would be a James Board Award winner chef in the Philippines. Is that what I'm hearing?
She would.
That's what I'm hearing.
I don't want to brag, but she can press the button on the rice cooker. So that's
gonna
get you.
Let me tell you something now. She's 75% there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
She's a Michelin-starred chef.
Yeah. 5 stars.
She can squeeze some Hershey syrup on top to a bowl of rice all day. Just fucking crush it over there. The greatest dessert chef the Philippines have ever known. All right. Well, anyway, Yemen's having a real hard time. Yeah, it seems really sad, but their food looks really good. I always get sad when I see places that have economic disparity and war. and they have unbelievable food because I'm never going to go over there. I'm scared to go to Yemen, but I would like whatever this fucking thing is in the middle. It looks great.
Imagine you're coming into Yemen and bombs are flying and people are dying and it's just terrible. And the guy's like, what's your business here? I came to try out the cuisine.
Yeah. Do you have little bowls of okra and eggs in purgatory?
Can you round me up an eggs in purgatory in a little bowl real quick, cowboy? Appreciate it.
Oh, the world's a crazy place. Okay, let's talk about, speaking of crazy places in the world, let's go to Ireland. You want to go to Ireland?
Oh yeah, this story is rough.
Like Carmen Sandiego.
Mm-hmm. We're globe hopping.
So you guys might have heard this on the news the other day. It was quite big. So it involves a lot of controversy, but I'm just going to share the facts. So this happened in Ireland where a Algerian migrant stabbed 3 people at a school, and 2 of them were children.
3 of them were children.
So yikes.
3. I didn't know that. Okay, so it's a horrible tragedy. I think we all agree with that. So following this event, hundreds of people started rioting, as you would expect, and they were spreading hate towards migrants. So I guess you could picture the riot. It's filled with racists, Islamophobes, and the far right, and they were saying migration is ruining Ireland. And then these riots proceed to, of course, they start to burn cars, destroying property, and then looting. So now begs the question, these riots and rallies, are they really for a better community, or are they just maybe catalysts for bad people to do bad things?
I think they're, well, in this case, it's definitely catalysts for bad people to do bad things because it was a far right rally that was in ostensibly in support of stabbing migrant children. Like, what are you fucking rioting for? What are you so upset? One of your boys stabbed 3 children, and now you're going to set cars on fire and loot? Like, what the fuck is going on? This supports my opinion of Ireland, which is that, and listen, I'm 90-something% Irish. I did my 23andMe, so I can say this. Useless fucking people. You too, Guinness, and then garbage. Civil War, you will Protestants, Catholics. Who gives a fuck? It's all fake. And now you're stabbing migrant children. Here's the other thing. Now all these migrants aren't going to work because they're afraid of getting fucking stabbed. And they go, well, the hospitality industry is collapsing because, so here's the thing, work this out. They flee somewhere that's awful. They go to a country, they get shit jobs because that's what migrants have to do, right? They work in the hospitality industry and still we're stabbing them. Like, what the fuck? I just don't, what were they taking all the good laundry jobs? They're taking all the good janitorial positions. What are these people so fucking upset about? Like, they're taking all our job shit. They're not taking all the great doctor jobs. They're not taking all the great astronaut jobs. They're doing the shit you don't want to. And then
the people complaining about those jobs don't have them.
Oh my God.
It's not like the guy's like, I lost my job at whatever NASA is in Ireland.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
I always say this about, like, if someone floated over here on a door and took your job wasn't that fucking important. Like, what is it?
That's always
quite work out for you.
I got to be honest with you. If they're worried about the immigrants or the migrants or whatever it is, right? They're worried about people coming over taking jobs. Wait till they see what the GPTs can do. They're going to lose their mind.
Exactly. That's the real. Someone needs to stab Chat GPT, not fucking children.
And here's the thing I don't understand either, right? Is there like, well, it's what was it, immigrant or migrant? Migrant children?
I don't really know the difference between those words.
No. Let's not get confused. The whole thing started because a migrant person stabbed 3 kids. It's not. Nobody stabbed migrant children. It was the migrant that stabbed.
I thought the migrants were also, but this guy has citizenship for 20 years, so he's pretty Irish.
Yeah.
No, I don't fucking know, but
he is Algerian.
Anyway, the far right's pissed off at migrants, and the migrants are afraid to go to, regardless of who stabbed who. They're very upset that there's migrants in the country. Why do we continue as humans to hate people that were born somewhere else? Isn't that fucking just conceptually bizarre? I don't hate Robin because his parents had sex in India. That would be strange. Wouldn't that be strange?
That would be strange.
Robin, do you hate us because our parents fucked in the United States?
No,
you don't care.
You know why? If I floated on a door to your country though and stole your job, you'd be pretty mad, right?
If someone floated on a door and stole my position on the show, I would be upset. I don't know that I would stab a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old and another 6-year-old and a teacher, but I would be, maybe I'd be, or,
you know what I would do? I would take that door and float back on to where they came from. So I'm going to steal your job now. Let's play game.
I float back and steal his job. See, that's
right.
Because we're smart. We're smart.
And you know what you say when you get over there? You say, when I was in America, I was a semi-famous LinkedIn Live host. Now I'm cleaning out the trenches.
See, all you got to do is think. You don't have to stab children. You just come up with a plan and you execute on the plan. Anyway, let's talk about Irish cuisine. Okay, go ahead. I just think it looks attainable. It looks very attainable.
I rock with this. This looks good.
It's all right. You think that looks better than the Yemenis cuisine?
You know what? I got to be honest. I would be terrified if I'm touching that thing and burn my hand off.
It's gonna be hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Hot as fuck.
Does that thing came out of the oven or off the whole thing's hot?
Yeah. Can we, Andrew? It's not even fucking people. It's children. A 5-year-old and a 6-year-old girl, a 6-year-old boy, the teacher that tried to help, and one of them is still in critical condition. I know we shoot a lot of kids, and that's very, very bad. But at least, oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this. At least shooting is from a distance. Like to stab a 5-year-old, you really got to get into a little girl's face and stab her with a knife. What kind of fucking sociopath? I guess shooting kids.
Yeah, Robin. What's your excuse, Robin?
Are those carrots? What are we looking at the bottom here? So that's obviously bacon going around clockwise, bacon, mushrooms, canned beans of some sort.
Yeah, that's a pork and beans.
Yeah, pork and beans. But then what's to the left of the sausage? Is that carrots? Oh, are those eggs in the middle? What the fuck?
I thought it was 2 bull testicles. That's not That's not it.
Wait, Eric, how do you not know this? You're of Irish descent.
Isn't Eric eats breakfast like this every morning?
This is what, I don't make a bowl of rice. I make one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
Eric
customary
has a skillet by the bed. He warms the skillet early on. Get started early.
You got to get it up to 600 degrees before you can even cook the cast iron skillet. I am of Irish descent, but this is not. No, I eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch like a fucking American.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, look at that bullshit bread with no butter on it.
That is good.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
We need a stick of butter. Where's the Kerrygold?
Where's the Kerrygold? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. When I said the Irish haven't contributed anything, it's you two, Guinness, and Kerrygold. Because Kerrygold.
Well, here's the thing. Where's the Guinness at? I don't.
No, yeah, it was
that either. Or is that in the cup?
Is that in the cup? Tea. You're gonna get some cream in that tea, a little bit of milk, even it out. You know. Yeah, Robin,
I'm curious. Where does Guinness rank up for you as beers?
I think it's fucking terrible, but everybody tells me it's great. They go, oh, you have to have it over there. Well, unless it's going to taste like an IPA, I'm still not going to like it. Why? Do you like it?
I think it's okay.
I think it's all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Why, you like it, Rodney?
I mean, I don't think it's. I think it's good. I mean, it's heavy, right? But I think that I mean, it has a time and a place.
It does. It has less calories than a Bud Light. Did you know that? It looks heavy.
I got to be honest. I think Bud Light has. I think Bud Light should start selling something else.
Well, Bud Light kind of tastes like a hate crime, which is ironic because of what they did with their
I think that they should change up the model.
Bud Light and start serving what? Drinkable beer?
Maybe just start over. Maybe use their resources to do something different.
Not beer. I still think Bud Light's better than Coors Light, Miller Lite.
Well, I like Miller Lite better than.
I mean, they all taste like shit. We're arguing over the hottest pig. Like, it's all fucking disgusting.
That's true.
All right, you want to talk about Jack Ma? Is he back?
Yeah, he made a bunch of money
for a while.
Yeah, he disappeared, and is he back from camp?
Yeah. The president's not a dictator. He just disappears people that are super rich, right? I mean, come on, Joe Biden was right.
Imagine they asked G in Iowa. So where's Jack been?
Yeah. Straighten him out. He's been in Iowa. Okay, what's going on with Jack Ma?
Okay, well, he is kind of back. I think he's probably not the same person anymore. Okay, so we all kind of know him. If you don't, he's probably like the Jeff Bezos of China, right?
I would say that.
Yeah. Doesn't he own Alibaba? That's him, right?
He sure does.
I think the Chinese government owns it, right?
He used to own it, though.
Used to. So he's recently opening a new company called Ma's Kitchen, and he wants to focus on cheap, quick, ready-to-eat packaged foods. I guess it's kind of like a military ready-to-eat ration, but for like regular people, sort of.
Yeah. So this is what this is my opinion on this. So this is Ma's Kitchen. First of all, awful logo, terrible logo. He's making shit like this. So I don't think it's quite. I mean, it's not going to look like this, right? These are obviously professionally staged photographs. But I think what happens with every nation, I've never read this, and this is just a working theory. Once you hit a certain level of socioeconomic prosperity, they start pitching you disgusting things. Like you don't have time to cook anymore. So they famously, the Chinese make fun of our food. There's a hashtag white people food. So like they'll eat our shit, make fun of us. And I mean, that's kind of what we eat, right? 2 tomatoes, half a cucumber, and a fucking shitty sandwich. Whereas famously, there's a lot of vegetables, meats, noodles, sauces. Like real Chinese food's fucking amazing. And average white food's pretty terrible. But I'm going to tell you, because there's a middle class now, they don't have time to fucking cook. But we went through this in the 50s. This is the Swanson frozen dinner. This was a turning point in America where we got fat. They started throwing preservatives and everything. We got wildly unhealthy. And
what's that thing that says new in the middle? What's that square?
I don't know.
Does anyone know? I don't
think anyone knows. That's Swanson came out with some new shit. Yeah,
beef is my favorite too, Daddy. See, Daddy says beef is my favorite too, Daddy. Daddy, I got to be honest. I would have to eat like 5 of those.
Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, even you Indians are hungry tonight. You got this chick fucking making.
I got to be honest. I got to be honest. I don't think this is. I think they're going to have to come up with some different ads.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
This is going to work in 2023, 4.
This was so Libby Land Adventures. This is the first frozen food aimed at children. And this is what bothers the shit out of me. You either back in the old days you had to put them in the oven. Now you can microwave them. Is that a thing of ketchup? Are you going to warm up the ketchup?
No, that's pudding.
That's pudding. Oh, thank God. Oh,
you know what I was thinking though, Eric? This is Libby Land because this is what I feel like the Philippines 5 stars are.
Well, they have. Don't you have sweet spaghetti? I think that's sweet spaghetti.
Yeah, right there. That's the main cuisine, and then they have a couple of fries.
Do you ever have? Is that one chicken nugget?
Yeah, no, it's one chicken leg.
It's like one a drumstick.
Leg. A drumstick leg. It's a drumstick. This is a drumstick.
Are you guys in Hollywood? I'm always like shown images or like movies of American families always having meatloaf. Is it that common?
No.
Why are people obsessed? It's horrible. Why is it like every American family movie they're always having meatloaf for dinner? But is it really the case?
So, well, that's an interesting. So growing up, we never had meatloaf because my father considered it poor people food, and he considered it poor people food because he grew up poor. So all they fucking ate was like meatloaf and burgers, which he still eats. But I guess so. So he ate it so much as a kid, he refused to give it to us. So to answer your question, maybe. Although fucking ground beef is expensive these days. I think even meatloaf is a goddamn cuisine. Have you never had a meatloaf?
I mean, Spam is probably meatloaf, isn't it?
No, that's a mystery meatloaf.
Yeah, that's a pork loaf. Have you ever had a meatball?
Not ideal.
Oh, what?
I meant the ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I make meatballs. Yeah.
Okay, so think about it as a giant American meatball. Yeah, with less spice. It's like they don't put the fucking with less fun. It's just a giant flavorless meatball that you dip in ketchup.
It doesn't sound like poor people food. It just sounds lazy.
Well, it's
like spices aren't expensive anymore. It's not the 1600s.
No, but you have to. The average American, take away the Italians and shit like that, doesn't like spice. We come from Irish and British cuisine where salt is like, whoa, go easy. I'm driving later. Like when water's a spice in cuisine, there's a problem. And so meatloaf is like a little bit better than that.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think anything you dip in ketchup that's meaty is pretty good. I mean, I'm not like a huge ketchup guy, but I think ground beef and ketchup, hamburgers, meatloaf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can also put meatloaf in the meatloaf. You can add cheese and goodies.
Ooh, cheesy meatloaf.
My mom used to add cheese to the meatloaf, so it was good.
That sounds good.
So that's a nice cheesy loaf.
I think meatloaf suffers from a naming problem because anything that ends in loaf doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, loaves are frowned upon.
Loaves, casseroles.
Loafing around.
No
loafing around here, guys. No loafing. No,
I don't like the word loaf in food.
Leave that at the door.
Yeah, a meatball. Incredible. Meatloaf. Squid ball. I'm listening. Squid loaf. I don't want any squid loaf. Robin, you ever had some squid loaf?
No, I wouldn't have any.
Nobody ever wants to be described as a loaf. Aloof, but never a loaf.
An aloof loaf?
Yikes.
Oh, okay. Oh, my other thing with this too is I don't like people that don't love food. I don't understand. I think life is hard. It's painful. It's boring. 3 times a day, you get to put things in one of your holes and you get pleasure from it. And some people don't like that. And I don't understand. It's like people that don't like sex, food, and booze or getting high in some way. Like we're here for such a short amount of time. Life is so fucking complicated and difficult. Why not, with the small time that we have to have fun, have a little fun?
I agree with you. You know what I don't understand is I don't understand why Jack has focused his efforts on solving the food. I don't.
Well,
that doesn't make sense. Maybe he should focus on another mission, like saving humanity.
Yeah, they said something about it's going to be a big deal, billions of dollars, people making prepackaged food and blah, blah, blah. But I just don't, like, we've already been through it. We got
7-Eleven, guys.
Yes. And do you want this? Is this the fucking direction you want to head as a country? Because we've been there and it was awful. We're finally getting out of it. Finally, American food is catching up. But this set us back, I would say, 60 years. And the fucking Chinese food, real Chinese food is amazing. Don't do what we did because this is where you're going to end up. Someone get Jack Ma on the phone.
You're going to end up with cuisine like the Philippine cuisine.
Yeah. Do you want chocolate rice in the morning? Stop it.
It's not all that bad. There are some like really good Filipino dishes, I promise. Adobo, sisig.
Can you think of one?
Sinigang.
The little pigs.
I just gave you 3.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't know what those words
We don't know
are.
what that is, but it sounds right.
Filipino food looks delightful. But I don't understand why we don't have any Filipino restaurants.
Yeah, I think I you know what? I was wondering the same, but I piecing it all together here. I feel like I've got an idea why.
What? Why?
It sounds like prison food.
Wow.
SpaghettiOs and spam, like
sweet spaghetti. Yeah, you gotta stop with the fucking sweet spaghetti.
I agree with you.
All right, you want to talk about Kim Kardashian's boobs?
Oh, yes.
Her boobs.
I really despise this article. I think it's a bit ridiculous. Well, I also hate.
Aren't you the one picking the articles?
I do, but I
so you're hating the articles
specifically to rant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I hate Kim Kardashian, and it's also just infuriating to me why she's famous and what more she does with the fame. So she's invented and sold hundreds of thousands of push-up bras, and they're not just push-up bras; they have fake nipples built into them. So the idea is the women wear these bras; it makes their breasts look a lot bigger, and it just looks like they're braless. So it kind of looks like you're, not wearing a bra, and those are real. So it's equivalent if like I got a huge Cavendish banana and taped it to my inner thigh and wore tight pants. Like, why are we doing this? It's just setting up unrealistic expectations. You
might be onto something.
Yeah, I think the problem with that too is that like if you did let's say you strap the banana to your inner thigh, and then a woman looks at it and you go, my eyes are up here. Clearly you want her to look at your giant banana, right? And this is an odd product, and I don't give a shit, but this is the Me Too, right? We're still in this shit. We're genetically predisposed to stare at your boobs anyway. Now you're putting fake hard nipples, and then when we look at them, you're gonna go, oh, such a sexist. How the audacity that you would look at my $60, and I think that's what it is. Hold on. $62 fake hard nipple boobs. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
It looks like it's sold out.
Oh, it's sold. The 30s, the 32s, the 34s, the double Ds, the Fs. Everything is sold out across the board. Now, listen, I'm not complaining about the thing in practice or in theory. I think whatever you want to do is fine. But if we stare at them, you cannot get mad at us for this. You can't do it. It's not nice.
Do they have ones with piercings? Can really
That's
fool
gonna be a
people.
thing.
Can really fool people and be like, one's done, one's not. What's going on?
If they don't, that's our only opportunity to get into this market, and we should right now.
Yeah.
The nipple push-up bra.
My main issue with this is it's just making like our expectations of bodies very unrealistic. So we're gonna like skew what the real female body is supposed to look like, and it's not good.
Yeah, well, are you telling me that nipples aren't constantly erect? Well, I'm very confused right now. Very confused.
You're scaring me.
I did think some of the marketing was funny because one of the taglines is, no matter how hot it is, you'll always look cold. Unlike the icebergs, these aren't going anywhere. I mean, that's kind of funny, right? It's a boob job in a bra.
She's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My husband asked me if I got a boob job overnight. It pushes you up and makes you look like supermodels that are gorgeous. And that's
wait, was that Kim's husband?
Who's she married to now? Kanye?
I don't think she is. No, her and Kanye split up. He's married to Bianca, and he's walking around barefoot in Europe.
He missed out on the nipple bra.
Well, he owns a piece of Skims now. He owns a piece.
Oh, he does.
So I don't think he's too far behind.
This is simply, do you know what I'm saying though? Like in the current zeitgeist where we can't, like, sexual harassment. I'm not saying that's good, but like this is drawing attention right to the places where you pretend that we shouldn't be looking in public. Right?
It's just bad news, buddy.
Not that I'm complaining. Like leggings have been a gift. Leggings as pants. Oh my God. Thank Christ. Like we had to deal with jeans. There was nothing to look at. And now between leggings and this, I mean, God damn it. Where are we supposed to look? I don't know. In their eyes? That seems crazy and too much to ask him anyways. Want to talk about Best Buy?
What do we do?
I don't know. Well, we still have the witchcraft store. I mean, we could talk about Best Buy.
What, witchcraft?
Yeah, we have the witchcraft store.
You bought some witchcraft down at where?
Oh, well, I missed that. Let's do it tomorrow.
Okay. So obviously you guys are on social media, and you've most probably seen. Most probably seen these reels of mass store looting. Maybe if you're in one of those states, you've seen one in person. So stores are shutting down because it's so much of an issue, and the big companies are just scratching their heads, not knowing what to do. So Best Buy seems to have a solution. It's just putting more workers in the stores. But I think it's silly because isn't store policy not to intervene anyways?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because we do all these stories where people will stop shoplifters and then get fired, and I don't understand. I'll say this about Best Buy though. Something tells me that part of the reason why it's hard to buy from Best Buy is because they all fucking look like this. Have you been to Best Buy lately? There's nothing on the goddamn shelves. How are Best Buy still in business?
Is this Blockbuster?
This is every.
This looks like they got looted already.
This is like Blockbuster on a Friday night back in the day.
I know.
We got Mario Brothers.
Speaking of back in the day, this is what Best Buy used to look like. Oh my God, I miss going to places that sell physical music. Remember going and just like rifling through CDs? It was so satisfying.
Remember when Target used to have the new CDs come out every Tuesday and they were $9.99?
Yes, and it was a magical time. That's exactly how much new music should be. $9.99, a physical piece of media. It was a time to be alive. And now look at what we have.
So you
said the TikTok challenge, but you're saying the TikTok challenge of looting the stores that's ended now?
Was that a TikTok challenge?
It's a TikTok
Wasn't
challenge.
It seemed like it.
They did it. They won. They
if you get arrested, you're like, listen, I'm just doing the challenge, guys. Officer, help me.
Yeah, it's like planking or eating the hot chip. We're just
act like you're into it. I mean, like this is all fun and games, officer. Can you help us?
So Best Buy acknowledges, because here's the thing: they're saying Best Buy is very good at preventing theft because there's more store employees. They don't have self-checkout. There's not a lot to buy at Best Buy that fits in your pockets. At this point, they don't sell CDs anymore. They sell fucking giant TVs. And I don't really know what else a laptop. That's hard to steal. They acknowledge that it's much more difficult to prevent stealing razors or baby formula or diapers at a CVS.
I have a much simpler solution to this. Like, aren't guns legal in America? Why does it seem like the only people that don't have guns inside America are the security personnel?
That's a great question. Mall cops? I don't know.
Maybe they should start selling guns. I have another idea. What if we came in and stole the shelves? We're taking them.
Yeah, I could do that. You know what the guards should do? They should all have sniper scopes and just keep that red dot on everybody the whole time, right? You're not going to steal anything with the red dot on you. I don't think.
I think eventually what they should have is they should have it to where you can order things and you show up to this place. You knock on the door 3 times, give them the code, and he gives you your stuff.
A speakeasy sort of situation? Yeah, no, I like that.
And it'll be called Speakeasy Best Buy.
That's how you get a 72-inch Samsung. You got to know that.
I need a 72-inch. I'm like, what's the code? Shamalama ding dong.
New England clam chowder.
You're in.
How do you feel about self-checkout? Because this is like, I know these memes are so stupid, but
I always have an issue simply because I was never trained on it. So when it's like you're trying to buy something, it's like, what's the code for grapes? I don't know. And they're like, hold on a second. What's wrong?
Oh. Okay, so this nails all of it. First of all, they're always out of order. There's always a crying child that's annoyed at the mother self-checking out. There's always an old lady who's trying to buy grapes. Like the idea, if you could customize hell, it would be, I would be in Disney World with
That's
Disney.
how you get into hell. It starts out with the self-checkout. That's where we.
Can you imagine trying to buy cilantro in a fucking self-checkout? How do you even begin?
You know what you do is you put it in your pocket and just go out. That's the only way.
That's the thing. It's like theft has increased with the self-checkout. Oh,
here's
really?
Here's the other thing. It doesn't make sense, right? This is the best. So you self-checkout, right? They won't give you any bags because here you have to pay for them. So that's not, doesn't even make sense, right? You're hobbling out to the car with 500 things. You're like, can I check your receipt?
Right.
Why don't you guys just check us out?
Yeah, I feel exactly the way Kermit the Frog does. Is I don't work here. Why am I doing your job?
Well, you know what really gets them is when you go in the back and you're like, listen, I need a raise. They're like, sir, do you work here? Well, apparently you think I do. So let's talk about it now. I don't know what these children told you, but I'm 15 an hour. Don't try to lowball me. I know what I'm worth here now. I'm going to be back next week to get some more groceries. It's probably going to take me 30 minutes to figure out the machine unless you got some training going on. Now, here's the thing. I say this. I used to be a cashier when I was in high school at Lowe's, right? Yeah. These machines, I'm telling you, a monkey could use them, right? Listen to what I'm saying. There was a keyboard. I don't even know why it existed.
Yeah.
There was a gun, a gun to shoot, and that's it. You literally enter. I mean, and we had a 3-day training class. I've never worked at your store before, but I'm expected to be entrusted with the gun. The most important piece, the reason you're open, you want to trust it with me.
Yeah.
And hope there's no mistakes.
The grocery stores are just needlessly complicated. I go to a place up the street that sells booze. So here's the thing. In Massachusetts is a Puritan state, right? We were founded by Puritans. We have a lot of Puritan laws. Up until like 10 years ago, you couldn't buy booze on a Sunday. In the United States, and one of the bigger, Massachusetts invented America in a lot of ways. There's a grocery store up the street that sells alcohol. Most don't. But if the cashier is underage, they have to ask somebody to physically hold the wine bottle and skin it with a gun and then walk away. Why is that a fucking law? They can't touch a bottle that contains alcohol if they're underage.
Well, Benjamin Franklin
that make sense to?
Benjamin Franklin had other thoughts.
Could have been. I just don't understand.
Maybe
what's going on.
It's just some sheer stupidity. Sheer stupidity. It's like you go to the mall right here in New York and they'll say, "Do you want a bag?" And you're like, "No." And they're like, "Do you want a receipt?" And you're like, "You can email it to me." So you literally walk out of the store and they're like, "Do you have a receipt?" And that's in my email. Imagine. And you're like, "Well, let me pull up my email."
Yeah, there's no Wi-Fi.
I said to the woman that day, I said, "You guys are literally creating shoplifters."
Yeah,
creating them.
Self-checkout is an invitation to steal stuff because why would you pay for it if there's no one there making you pay for it? And to Robin's point, the security guards don't have guns. Oh, everything's free.
The other thing is let's say you do ring yourself up incorrectly. Let me check your receipt, and they check it. And they say you didn't. And I say, "Well, I don't work here, sweets. I didn't know what to do."
That's right.
Can you ring it up for me? I'm so confused.
I thought I paid for it. It's an employee discount.
Are you guys familiar with rooftop Koreans?
No.
I
heard of them.
It was an internet meme that came out during like the LA riots where a bunch of Korean business owners got onto the roofs and defended their
I know that. I didn't know they had a name. I didn't know that they had a label.
We need more rooftop Koreans.
Just hire Koreans who went.
Are they with the Barefoot Bandits? Is that an adjacent organization?
See, that's the kind of outside the box thinking that's going to move society forward. If every Best Buy had a Korean with a sniper rifle up top, no one would steal shit. So I think you
know what? You put a sign up. I could solve it for them. This property may or may not be occupied by ex-trained Navy SEALs with sniper rifles.
Right. There's enough homeless people without jobs. We could give them guns, put them up top, see what happens.
Well, so in New York City, I think I sent you the meme. They Mayor Adams, hopefully before he goes to prison, he had come up with an idea to have the homeless help with the rat problem. So they were going to run up and tell you when there was a rat.
I thought they were going to eat the rats. I think eating the rats solves a lot of problems. They're hungry. There's too many rats, right?
We're going to get the Black Plague again. if we do
Oh,
that.
that's right. Oh, did you know about the Black Plague too? They thought cats were carrying the Black Plague, so they killed all the cats. That was their only hope. The cats were killing the rats, but they killed the only predator. And once they killed the cats, all the rats went fucking bad shit and spread it everywhere. Humans.
And then we almost died because there was a pandemic because someone ate a bat.
Somebody ate an undercooked fruit bat.
You know what was always weird to me is I used to say to myself, what are the chances that somebody's like, you know what, I'm going to eat my bat sandwich that I got from the wet market right here in front of the Wuhan labs.
Right in front of the lab that makes infectious diseases. That is very strange in terms of where you would eat undercooked bat soup.
I got to say this, right? I don't buy into conspiracy theories, but when they were talking about it and they're like, you know, Wuhan happens to have I'm like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that seems bizarre. They're like, she's gonna have a bat sandwich, a bat burrito right here in front of the spot.
And
I don't know how that bat sandwich thing got so out of it's so obvious. How do so many people believe that story?
Well, that's what we're supposed to believe. I think that's still the official account. Yeah.
So the story is she ate undercooked bat soup. And then what? When I would start biting people, or coughing on them, and then
coughing on. But here's the thing I don't understand, right? Is that I feel like if you're having bat soup, you've probably had it before. I'm just brainstorming.
Yeah, but you cooked it.
How is the bat undercooked?
Well, we all make mistakes, I guess. She didn't eat it.
At what temperature do the rabies leave the bat and the potential pathogen to kill all of the world? What is that? 212?
Well, I'm a big temperature guy when I cook meat. So I know you got to get medium rare is 135. You have to cook turkey to 165. I don't know what it is for bats, though. So maybe it's just we're confused about the temps.
You know what? I feel like just going forward, and I'm not a cook. If you don't know what the temperature is, avoid it. Just avoid it, right? I'm not intelligent enough to cook this delicacy.
So you're saying if you're going to make a meal that could spark a global pandemic that will kill literally millions of people, you should stay away from that meat?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, the other thing I was thinking too, right, is that what are the chances it just seems so crazy to me that chances are this is the same place where it all broke at. But like, no, it was at the wet market up the street where everybody buys illegal animals. Definitely not at the laboratories.
Why do they always specify wet market? Because a bat is not waterborne. You know what? Do you understand?
Yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, "Is this like the San Francisco fish market?"
No. It's a wet market.
5 bats over here, guys. Throw them on down. 2 mackerel.
Robin, have you ever eaten a bat? Is it the thing?
No, I have not. Chinese food and Filipino food are very different. You can't just classify something as Asian food. Expect that we all
white people do, and I just did. This is what we do.
That's one problem.
Here's the thing: I would say I consider, and this is maybe me, I consider bats and animals like that to be Jeffrey Dahmer foods.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you guys heard of
psychopath to start eating bats? In my mind.
True. There's even a worse one. It's called bird's nest soup. Do you guys know what that is?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of bird vomit in that, right? Because they puke it up.
Yeah.
I wasn't okay. As someone who's lived in Asia, I wasn't saying that all Asian cuisine is the same, but like I live in Massachusetts and we're very lobster and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I've had Cincinnati chili. I haven't really, but I could have. So I was just saying because you're sort of adjacent. I mean, you're within how many miles of Wuhan?
Sort of.
Is there no way that you know? What I'm saying? Like,
well, here's the question.
From California.
I know what you're saying, Eric. Let me translate for Robin so he understands it in a dish I can best serve. In America, we'll go to a seafood restaurant and we'll eat tiny squids and their little suction cups, and it's called calamari.
Yeah.
I guess what we were wondering is it perhaps that you show up to a Filipino place and say, "Hey, listen, I don't know what your specials are, but I want some batalare tonight." And they come out with the bat wings and the little tiny ears and the head, and you just go crazy on it.
You know how sometimes you go to a lobster place and you can pick out the lobster in the tank? Do they come out with 2 bats and they're screaming and flapping their wings?
You go into a cave dressed as Batman, and they're like, "Who do you want? Pick him out." And you're like, "What about that guy right here?"
That'd be a great restaurant. Just bats and the rafters. You have to catch one, put it in soup.
I give up. Yes, that's exactly what the Filipino restaurant is.
Nice thing.
They're just handing out bats.
Hear me out. Bat French toast. That can't be bad. There's not a lot of meat on a bat, I would imagine, either. Where's
We
the
could have
meat?
bat wings. Because I was thinking bat legs, but I don't even think they
bat
have any legs. You could have bat wings.
Have you ever had buffalo bat wings? You dip them in blue cheese. Oh my God, so good.
It sounds quite nice.
We call it buffalo death wings.
It has enough time passed with COVID that we can laugh about it openly. Nobody cares anymore, right? No one's
Well, we
dying.
still haven't figured out who caused COVID.
The lady with the bad soup.
Well, the lady. That's what G told us.
Robin, do you know her? Everyone knows you know her.
Of course we know her. It's real famous here.
His cousin. It's our cousin.
I actually don't know if bats taste more like chicken or beef because they're mammals, right?
Bats are flying rats, aren't they? Aren't they? They're rodents with wings, I think. But I've never.
You know what I used to always read is that if you build a bat haven, I wanted to do it in my old HOA, but if you build a bat haven, they're federally protected, so you can't take them down.
I've heard no.
So I was going to build a bat haven right by the HOA president's house. I thought, you know what, that would only make sense. And luckily, I moved out before it happened because construction was starting to get underway. And then it would be federally protected. I thought what would be better than one would be five. Couple in the front yard. You know what I mean? And then you obviously have to paint them black and then put the Batman logo on so they know this is for us.
That makes sense.
Right.
I've lived in two separate places where bats have gotten into the house and I've had to shoo them out because your options when a bat is in the house is either you open all the windows and hope for the best or you beat them to death because nobody has a net. Who has a giant fucking net? You have to hit them with a broom until they die or hope that they find a window. Luckily,
and then you have to eat them.
Then you have to eat them, and then global pandemic. You just can't fucking win with these things. Anyway, hey, we killed an hour without a guest. This is a very informative show. I think everybody learned a lot.
It's the same bat time, same bat
time, same bat place tomorrow. I think Andrew's going to show up. I have a really good feeling about tomorrow's guest coming.
We're going to roll the dice. We're going to roll the dice.
Oh, man, we didn't do a single LinkedIn lunatic, which is too bad. But can I just show this one real quick? She goes, no post today. I'm busy thanking, praying, and counting my 10,000 stars. Help me out, though. No post today on a post. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
every day she's learning.
Look, so I'm linked in with this chick, Shay Rowbottom. But look at this, just a video of her in Europe with her ass hanging out. This is what we can't do as men. Our asses on LinkedIn. Although Robin, I would imagine you do a lot of squats, don't you?
I don't understand. This is a video she's posted for business.
It's a video, and she's mostly in a bikini. I've watched it. It's great.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was on OnlyFans. One more. This is about an oil change. She goes, if you're in Western Chicago and you need an oil change, you come to this place. This isn't exactly thirst trappy, but it's not exactly not thirst trappy. Don't you think?
Yeah, but she says this was the first business in 2020 that let me put my stories podcast. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Robin, what does that mean in English?
I don't know. I'm too distracted by the
anywhere else. If you need your oil change.
Even if so, ostensibly she's saying you'll get a great oil change. Wouldn't you show the place, the building? Why you?
She's talking about her story cards, but I don't understand what her story card is.
I don't know what a story card is.
And this is on LinkedIn.
There was so many today. We need another guest to drop out so we can talk about LinkedIn lunatics. Oh my God!
Maybe we should just do LinkedIn lunatic specials.
I think we should once a week. Well, every week someone's going to drop out. We need some lunatics waiting in the wings. All right, we got to log off. Same bad time, same bad channel tomorrow, America.